Let's get Billy Staples in here, who had a big gambling weekend for him.
Yeah, out of nowhere, Billy Staples is Mr. Vegas, Mr. Sportsbook.
All right, Billy, here's Fez talking the other day. You were talking about some teasers that you were running with your bookie.
Yeah, with the teasers, I was doing a 3-team teaser, putting it together.
Yeah.
And the way it works with our teasers is you get an extra 10 points to play with the spread.
Right.
You know, either way you want to go. So I'm thinking I really like the Texans getting 12.5. With the teaser, they'd be getting 22.5.
Right.
So I'm doing 3 games that way. Of course, the trick is all 3 games have to come through. The other game, of course, is the Rams giving up 12.5 to the Giants.
Which, at that point, Billy goes, I honestly think that they could take it. I go, I'd take that bet for $100. Billy jumps up and grabs my hand, shaking it. So he wants me to take the Giants and 21 over the Rams.
Exactly.
Minutes into that game, I find, in the middle of a $100 bet, I find myself up 38-0.
Because Staples, so sure the Giants are going to lose. He says, even with the Giant spread, you're still going to lose that game.
So we're calling this Billy's 21 Club. He's throwing around 21 points to everybody. So, Billy, what do you got for me?
I'm paying up my bet. I'm a
Let me
man.
see
it was a flash in the pan that you won that bet. No one expected the Giants. I expected the Rams to walk all over them. Here you go, 5 crisp 20s.
Thanks. It's a box of cigars today. Look at this.
Look at Billy Staples paying his debt.
Now, you also bet Fezzi, giving him, what was it, the Miami game?
Yeah. No, the San Diego Texans.
I didn't bet you that game.
He bet the Miami game.
No, we bet San Diego over the Texans.
I did not bet you that game.
No.
Yes.
You bet the Miami Indianapolis game.
No, definitely not. I don't like it. I didn't like that game. You were going to take the Texans with 21. That's why it was a push.
Does anyone else, that when the office was full, does anyone else remember me betting Billy with the Texans?
No, I was right there the whole time, and I definitely know it was the Dolphins.
Oh, this is ridiculous. You guys just, no, because I remember that's the only game I watched. Yeah, I was watching the score on, because that's the only one I had an interest in, because I was like, all right, I'm winning this one. It was 14-0. Then it was 14-3, and it was finally 24-3. And I was like, oh, all right. If it was a teaser, Fez would have lost, but I'll give him a push on it.
Oh, man.
I am not buying this for 1 second. We were saying the 21 Club. You bet me with the Dolphins getting 21 because they weren't favored going into Indianapolis.
Your first 2 original bets that you liked the Giants getting the points and the Texans getting the points because the expansion
That's how
team.
the conversation started, yes.
Yes.
And I said, what's the other game I should use as the third game of that 3-team teaser? And I said the Miami Dolphins getting those points against the Colts.
Oh, I definitely would never have touched that game.
Who else was in the office?
I was there, Fezzi, and that's the game I remember.
Mikey D was there. Bring Mikey D in.
Rory, what do you remember?
I distinctly remember it was a Dolphin game.
Mikey D?
I also remember it was the Dolphin game.
And Mikey D is the man with the photogenic memory.
That's right.
Photogenic?
Photographic.
Photographic memory.
Although I would take a picture of his brain.
Billy, you owe me $100.
Bessie, this is not the bet we made. Actually, if it's a teaser, you owe me $100 because you would have lost on a push on a teaser bet.
That was what, 24-3?
Yeah.
Billy, I don't owe you that money. You owe me $100.
Well, obviously, from now on, we're going to have to put these things in writing if we're having selective memory on our bets.
Well, you're the only one with selective. Everyone else says Miami.
Why would I even care? I liked Miami in that game. I remember saying that no way that an expansion team is going to go 2-0, and San Diego's like. Matter of fact,
I never heard any of this.
The quarterback by name. You even mentioned the quarterback by name, how it scares you, and you didn't think he was going to have a good game, and that's why you would take the Texans, the quarterback for the Chargers.
Drew Brees?
Yeah, you even mentioned Drew Brees, and you go that he scares you. You don't think he's going to have 2 good games in a row, and that's why you would take Texans with the points.
Billy, that's when we were talking about the teaser that I was doing.
Was anybody else there? How come everybody else remembers this a different way, Billy?
I remember my bets. I mean, I only made 2 bets all weekend.
All right, the Armenian Swing King, 40-second delay, was also in the office. The office was full.
All right, Billy, you're like laughing and throwing your head around like we're all joking.
Yeah.
But this isn't some kind of we're setting up Billy bit.
I'm dead serious about this.
I guarantee you.
Oh, no, I definitely took it was definitely the San Diego-Houston bet.
All right, what did you remember, Armenian Swing King?
Dolphins game. It's definitely Dolphins game.
Billy, you get so excited, the way you grabbed Ronnie to bet with him,
Yeah.
you get so excited you don't listen to what you're betting.
I knew my bet with Ron, no problem.
You want to double or nothing? Give me the Eagles 21 tonight? It's like the bet with a retard. Oh,
I love it.
Just like a retard, he won't pay.
Well, why would I pay one and not the other if I thought, when I finally found
Here's
the
the
final
thing.
Because
score.
you obviously didn't remember the bet.
Here's the thing, because you fear me and you have no respect for Fez. That's why.
Oh, I have plenty of respect for Fez, just not for his picking ability.
You know your problem,
Obviously
Fez?
not.
This is what you get from playing the nice guy. They think you're a pushover. Where I'd have smacked his heart right out of his chest by this point.
Staples, I want my money.
Well, if we would have made that bet, you would have gotten your money.
How come every single person here remembers that bet?
We obviously made that bet. Billy, this happens to you every effing day in a meeting. What happens is we're talking about one thing, we move on to another topic, and you scream something, Sarah Jessica Parker, from a conversation 10 minutes before.
When it comes to my money, I pay attention very
You're
closely.
a thief.
You're a liar. You're
a liar and a thief.
I know that part. You're a liar when you say you pay attention to anything in your life.
No, I said when it comes to
you are
money.
a mess. I seen you in a bar. You're throwing cash around like there's no tomorrow.
Well, that may be
it's
true.
the same way that you were betting. Like it didn't matter. Like you couldn't possibly lose a thing.
You get too excited about stuff.
It's called grandiose, Fez. That's what he was. He was grandiose. Everything was going to happen for him.
Well, I went 50-50, so that wasn't bad. If you go 50-50 with your bets, that's not bad at all. And I even gave you guys the benefit of the doubt with the extra points, and I still only lost one game.
What the hell is he talking about?
I have no idea. He grabbed Ron's hand, made a huge bet, looked at me, pointed at me, and said, "You want some of this action?"
Yeah.
And that's when we started the 21 Club. And everybody here heard you say it.
Everybody heard you say it.
No, well, my bet, I remember it was the Houston, the Texans, and the San Diego Chargers.
Look around, and not one of us, and you acted like, with your goofing, like maybe we got together before, but we did not.
Well, they weren't probably paying attention too much because it wasn't their money. I was the one making the bet. I remembered our bet perfectly, and I paid you up instantly.
Here's Joe. Yeah, I got my money. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Great show.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Billy lost the bet with the Texans or the Dolphins. It doesn't matter. If he was given 12, the Texans were getting 12.5, and if you tease it, it's 10 points. That makes it 22.5. They lost by 21.
Yeah, but we had a 21-point spread on both games. That's what the bet was. It was 21 Club, we called it.
He acts like he remembers 21 Club. We didn't call it. I was laughing, calling you the 21 Club like I was taking money off a retard, which I feel like I did. By the way, Wonder Boy's going to run out and get me a box of cigars on Billy, so every time I'm smoking one, I can laugh at him, and then I can also laugh at Fez for not having the respect from Billy.
Billy, I want my effing money. Your life will be hell until I get my effing money.
Well,
Let me say this. He doesn't believe you.
I know he doesn't believe me.
You know why? Because you play it too easy your whole life and you don't get respect. That whole nice thing, it doesn't work out in the long run.
Not with Billy, it doesn't.
Well, if this was the bet we only talked about one game. I didn't even talk about the Miami Colts game. And it's actually insulting to think that I welch on a bet. I didn't welch on Ronnie.
It is insulting.
You effing welch on life.
This is insulting. It's insulting to Fez. In the meantime, though, you did prove my theory.
What's that?
Because I tell Fez he's too easy on you guys. And you know that I'd beat you with the claw end of a hammer if you tried to rip me off like you did to Fez today. Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Run of Fez.
Andrew.
Hey, Billy's like Fred Flintstone. Bad.
When he leaped up and shoved a meat fist in my hand, giving me 21 points. Giving me 21 points. I was crying with laughter.
And screaming that the Giants had no chance.
Yeah.
Well, they had good reasoning. They just played. They had a very rare good performance yesterday.
Here's Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John, what can we do for you?
Hey, guys, I heard the word.
No, you didn't. We haven't used it yet.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, watch what you're saying. It sounded like it.
No.
True.
Let's see later. That's just a
I'm
lie.
sure we didn't get anywhere close to it.
It's a totally lie. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Mike.
How you doing? He also lost another bet this weekend. I believe he bet Ronnie that he wouldn't take the money from Austin Ale House if there was under 300 people there.
Oh, yeah. Is that right?
It was only about maybe 100.
I didn't take a penny.
You didn't get paid for that?
Nope, I didn't take a penny.
You're not going to get paid?
I think it actually cost the bar money. He was throwing out shots and beers like you wouldn't believe.
Ronnie,
throwing out shots and beers to who, Billy?
With the owner's permission. We were having contests.
What kind of contest?
We were having show your Heine for a Heine.
That cost the bar 1 Heineken and 3 shots.
Yep.
For a flat, nasty ass, too.
No, it was an ass. You know, you can't complain about seeing a nice girl's ass.
Billy,
all right, hold on. Billy.
What?
You're doing nude stuff out now?
No, it was just...
Do you read the effing papers at all?
Of course.
You know what they're doing with this radio station?
It wasn't nude. There was no nudity. Absolutely none. It was just a girl in her underwear.
At an event, at a station event.
Who was there with you?
Rachel, Rob, Matt.
Who's Rachel?
The promotional people.
Who's Rachel?
The O&A Rachel.
Oh, okay. Who else?
Rob, the big Macedonian guy.
Yeah.
Matt Devotee showed up.
Am I going to have to talk to these people?
Regarding what?
Your behavior.
My behavior was fine.
This guy was just saying you're acting like a nut.
Oh, of course they're going to say that. I was having a good time. The people had a good time.
Was any of our people there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mikey D,
All right,
Helen,
well, bring
Black
him in.
Girl.
Bring them in. Mikey D, come on in here.
Get Mikey D.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, he says he didn't take a dime. That's only because he's getting paid later through sales. He's lying to you.
He always lies.
Earl has to get him a check later on.
All right, Mikey D, you were out and seeing Billy, right?
Right.
How was he behaving?
Oh, it was awful, man. He was, in the first 5 minutes, a Heineken goes flying off he spilled a Heineken. Then I saw him running around and he knocked over a potted plant.
Oh, my gosh. Why are you a maniac at a client?
He's telling everybody, hey, drink up, you cheap bastards.
Why rude to the listeners?
I wasn't being rude. We were having fun. It was laughing. Everyone was giggling. They were all we're doing giveaways and stuff. I was announcing the specials on Heineken.
How was it, Mikey? Seriously.
Just awful, man. Just awful.
Oh, we had a party. It was fun.
Oh, man.
Why are you knocking stuff over? Were you drinking?
No, absolutely not.
Was he drunk?
I didn't see him drinking.
Was he drunk, Mikey?
I couldn't tell.
You don't think he was buzzed? Let me check with Black Girl. Let me check with Black Girl. Black Girl?
He was a little juiced.
So you're drunk at a gig?
Yeah, now Mikey D is now nodding his head yes.
No. I'm nodding.
I mean, he wasn't falling down drunk, but... it was a party. Everyone was just kind of, jacked up. He was definitely jacked up just for doing a bar appearance.
It was a natural jacked up.
Okay.
Did you see him with a beer?
I thought I saw him holding a Heineken.
A Heineken mug.
That he knocked over.
God, can't trust you 2 seconds.
Oh, it was a great time. You can trust me 100%. Nothing went wrong.
People were pulling their asses out?
Yeah, he had to get the girl back up and give her 6 shots and a Heine to show it again.
I can't believe you're trying to do some sort of nudity contest.
No,
it's like just like the bet, you pay effing no attention to anything that goes on around you.
What, Fuzzy, you didn't get your 100? I got my 100.
Earl, deduct 100 from his check.
Earl's just writing things down. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
What is Billy doing in the bar drinking? He's a drunk. He shouldn't be in a bar at all. Even if he's not drinking, he shouldn't be in there.
He was drinking.
Yeah. I mean, he's an alcoholic, and he's gambling on top of that. He's a degenerate. You got to stop. This guy is never going to get his life together.
I was not drinking. I was not gambling. When at my appearance,
you were gambling with me in stupid ways.
I'm talking about that evening.
You go into a barber shop long enough, you're going to get a haircut, silly. You get it?
You see that?
Get it.
I was only there for 2 hours. I was on my best behavior, and we had a great time.
He's a retard in a ball pit going effing nuts.
All right, let me ask Earl, was he high?
Was he high? No.
I mean, high in terms of drinking. Did he have a buzz on?
I really couldn't tell. He was definitely just, I don't know what it was on, or he's just jacked up. He was just like more psyched than usual.
Oh, jeez.
And he wore his orange
And we all know how horrible that is.
All right, thanks, John.
And how unfunny it is.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
I was personally offended by his orange ball of failure shirt.
You still wearing that orange ball of failure shirt?
Yes, I like my orange
Party shirt.
It's horrible.
All right, see you later.
Can we at least get ball of failure printed on the back?
I'm getting a box of cigars today. What are you getting, Fez?
I'm getting screwed.
Oh, that's right. He wouldn't pay you.
Billy, you are dead to me. I am dead serious. Look at me.
Yeah, well...
You are... Look at me. You're dead to me until I get my money.
Well, maybe then if you remembered the bet properly, I wouldn't be dead to you.
You want to go home right now, fat stuff?
No.
I ain't kidding around with you.
Well, I'm not kidding either, because we didn't make that bet.
You better back off, big man, right now.
Okay.
Here is Tommy. Tommy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, I saw Billy smoking crack in the bathroom.
Billy.
I'm sure he was.
He said he'd give me, if I gave him a rock, he'd give me his daughter for the night. She really puts out, Billy, right? You fat scumbag.
Billy, tell me you weren't smoking crack in the...
Oh, yeah, and I'm also whoring out my daughter at the same time.
No. I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
No, of course not.
At one point, he's running up and down the bar looking for the girl that pulled down her pants and says, "Where's my hiney girl? Where's my hiney girl?" Up and down the bar.
Just running around a restaurant like an ass.
All around the bar.
Well, because she won a beer, and I had a beer in my hand, and I couldn't find it. I had to give it to her.
What happened?
It was a fun time. People had a great time.
Sounds like a nightmare.
All right, let me check with Mikey D. I want you to tell the truth. You're not doing this for me and Fez, right?
Right.
This is your own opinion.
Right.
Was it a fun time or an embarrassment?
Wasn't fun. I don't think it was a fun time, that's for sure.
Why didn't you think it was fun?
Well, people are yelling to him, "No jokes, Billy, don't say any jokes." Every time he tried to do something like he would give out a hat, and then he goes, "Oh, I've got a real hat on for you," to the girls.
Oh, God. So you pulled out the A-plus Red Bank material, huh?
And then people...
Did anyone get asked if they had a colonoscopy?
He did mention Fabio. What do you expect, Fabio? He threw that out there, too.
I did that as a purposeful callback
Step
to
into the
Red Bank.
21st century, Captain Unfunny.
Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, guys. I saw Billy shooting Ace between his toes.
You chipping?
No, I wasn't doing that either. Unfortunately, no. All these stories are...
Hey, Billy, when the heroin hit him, that made you feel good, though, didn't it?
Yeah, when he just, collapsed backwards like that, that was, such contentment and relaxation.
The only thing I like about this whole story is I got my 100. Did you get yours, Fez?
No, of course not. But trust me, I will get it back one way or another. I'm going to enjoy getting $100 worth of misery.
Here is Talon Helen, Mikey D's wife. How you doing, Helen?
Hi, boys.
How you doing, baby?
Hey, Helen.
I'm okay. I was just a little bit embarrassed at one point because I was introduced as Mikey D's wife. We got a celebrity in the house, Helen of Joy. If anybody wants to do his bisexual wife, she's right here.
Oh, my gosh.
Say that, Helen.
Yes, you did. And I just went so red, and I just was livid at that point. But
how awful.
It was kind of uncomfortable. I mean, there was, 60, 70 people there, so. And, we didn't know anybody, so it was kind of, weird.
All right, turn your radio up, Helen, so we can hear you. All right, honey.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Who's on the phone still to tell people to turn the radio down? Is that Wonder Boy? Punch him in the heart. Heart punch. Momentarily stopping his... I tell him he's got to get ready to get me cigars. Go down the street and give me Billy cigars. What are you getting, Fez? Oh, yeah. Forgot it.
I'm getting crap.
Billy, thanks for paying me.
No problem. You won the bet out.
What I'm getting is my effing revenge.
This way I don't have to beat you with a claw end of a hammer. You know what you need, Fezzy? It's one of those assertive workshops that they do with people that are too nice.
We're going to see how nice I am.
Yeah. God. Here's John. John, you're on Run a Fez.
Hey, John, what can we do for you?
How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
Well, Billy's got a disease, Fezzi. That's why he can't pay you. Just like his alcoholism, he has a disease. He probably doesn't remember it.
Of course, it's always someone else's fault.
That's the scam he's going to run on you now. I'm waiting to hear this coming up soon. See ya.
Well, gambling is a disease.
And then there was a lot of things to be given away from
at the gig
station.
the other night?
At the Ale House?
Yeah.
And Billy is saying, hey, we got a lot of cool crap out here to give away. And that didn't really get people up there.
Yeah, but everything went away, didn't it? Everything got given away. People were waiting in line for stuff.
Yeah, everything went away. Your dignity, your wife, your daughter, everything went away.
Can I go now? Please.
Mikey, you really don't like his appearance at all?
No.
And what were you doing there?
Well, I was picking up a girl at Regal Park, so we stopped by.
So you just came just to be able to come down and report and bash me when you had a good time? I know you did.
If you could entertain people, people wouldn't have to do this.
People were entertained. People gave me a list of,
Who was entertained more? The girl that you were chasing around the bar asking her to pull down her pants, or the people that you spilt beer on?
No, I was actually chasing the girl to give her free beer, not to have her pull down her pants.
Is that when you spilt the beer on her?
No.
Sounds like a train wreck. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Run the Fez.
Hey,
it's
Mike.
Like unbreakable train wreck.
2069.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom that night to wash some of the beer off my shirt.
Yeah.
And he was doing rails of pancake mix in the stall.
Were you, Billy?
Absolutely not.
Did you buy an 8-ball with Fez's money?
Nope, didn't even go in the bathroom all night, so it had to be somebody else.
Oh, wait a minute. We've got a little bit of audio from his gig the other night.
That sounds about right.
It's a crash. Here's Squeegee. Squeegee, you're on Run the Fez.
Hey, Squeegee.
Yo, boys, I just got to ask one question. Billy, what kind of retard makes a bet with his boss and then squelches on it? I mean, let me give you some friendly advice. Just pay him the money. You're a freaking idiot.
First of all, he didn't squelch, he welched.
There
it's
you
a big
go.
difference.
Squelch is what's on your CB.
And first of all, if I did neither, I paid the bet I lost.
Yeah, I like getting that $100. What you get? Did you get at least 50, Fez?
I got the greatest time ever getting my money back. The next month, 2 months, 6 months, if he lasts that long.
Here's Jeremy. Jeremy, you're on Run the Fez.
Hey, Jeremy.
Biggest card holder, 8669.
Hooah!
Hey, I know why he goes there so much. It's because that's the bar his dad died in.
Oh, enough of this crap already, all right?
Here's Anthony. Anthony, you're on Run the Fez.
Anthony.
Hey, brand new 27305 here.
All right, buddy.
Hooah!
Hey, Fezzi.
Yes.
You can't let this fat F get away with this stuff, man.
He won't. He won't, trust me.
Can I ask you guys a
The
question?
nightmare is just beginning.
All right, how does this fat F get away with all this stuff that he does? He's a disgrace to the radio show. He's always effing up. He's always doing something stupid. I mean, who sees he's sucking? Honestly, guys, come on. There's got to be someone in the station. This is ridiculous. This guy is a horror.
All right, see you later.
If there was anyone left in the station, I'd wonder.
I thought I saw some movement today down the hall, but it was just a pigeon.
Oh.
Here's JP. You're on Run the Fez.
Hey, JP.
Hey, what's up? Betty is 10290 checking in.
All right, buddy.
Hooah!
Yeah, Fezzi, you know what you got to do? You got to pull Colonel Hartman from Full Metal Jacket, take it out on everybody but Billy so that they all get back at him.
Start being meaner to Hawk and the Crying King and Wonder Boy.
Yeah, and then they'll all give him a soap party.
Very nice. I love it.
All right, remember, it's just a bad dream, bad boy. Remember, it's just a bad dream, bad boy.
He's not going to be able to sleep then, Fezzi.
He better not. He probably shouldn't. 877-692-1027.
Here, let me just check it. Mikey D, should he be able to do any more gigs?
Not if he does what he did at the last night at Austin Ale House. No way.
Billy, I wasn't there.
No, of course, no. And everybody loved it. The owners, the salespeople, great time. So I have total clear conscience on everything.
This sent to me, Billy was giving out signed pictures of his own 8x10.
Uh-huh. I had them if anybody wanted them with an NEW sticker on them. It was fun.
In a place where they serve food.
Yeah, I think he gave out, 6 maybe, and 3 I got.
Yeah.
Right. So that was about the total of 8x10s he gave out.
Yeah, who wants to carry an 8x10 in the bar all night? But if anybody did want them, I had them.
Well, I got one.
I was very well prepared for that evening, so I kind of resent the fact that everyone says it sucked. I had the bathroom stickers with me with the time crossed out. I had everything. I had my own pictures. I had all the giveaways to give away. I was well prepared.
I'm glad you think the sticker thing's funny.
Why did I think it was funny?
Because you did the big laugh behind it.
Maybe we ought to call Melissa from Philadelphia and apologize.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, we're going to take a break. Oh, wait a minute, one more thing. Let me go to Dexter. Here's a question from Fez. Dexter, you're on Run of Fez.
How is it possible if Fez is going to make Billy's life more of a living hell than it already is?
I'll find a way.
Seriously, that's like being in hell, burning up, and the devil say things are going to really start getting bad.
Now it really gets hot.
It's going to be tough for you, Fezzy.
I'll find a way to top his lows.
Here's what he's betting on. You aren't going to stay with your anger. He knows you're angry today, but he figures by tomorrow it'll wear off, by the day after that, and within 3 days it'll be forgotten.
Then he's mistaken. He's sadly mistaken.
That's what you're betting on, right, Billy?
I'm not betting on anything because I know I have nothing that I feel bad about because I know what I made a bet on.
You're going to feel so bad. You're going to feel so bad.
No, I know.
You might want to turn in the resignation now.
I know what I did. I know what I bet on, and that's the only reason I cared about that game, so...
And everybody that was here who said you bet on the Miami game.
Everyone else is lying. Everyone else is wrong.
I did not even talk about the Miami Colt game.
Everyone was in the... I'm asking you. Call everybody in the room a liar.
Oh, we've already done that. Everyone in the room was a liar.
Call everybody in the room a liar.
Everyone in the room was lying. I know what I bet on.
I'll tell you this. I honestly don't remember the Texan game coming up at all. I never even remember hearing about that. Mm-hmm. But after I had my 100, I'm already thinking of what kind of cigars am I going to be getting? After I had that big, fat, sweaty handshake, I knew I was on my way.
No, I remember the specifics of it, so I have no problems with that respect.
Dan from Hoboken says, Fez may forget, but Fez has friends who won't. That's all I'm saying.
Who sent that?
Dan from Hoboken.
Nice.
He's with you.
Thank you, Danny.
Jersey Rich says to Billy, remember this face? I'll be your father-in-law someday.
You know what, Jersey Rich, just keep your mouth shut if you know what's good for you.
What's that even mean?
He wrote
what are you going to do to Jersey Rich?
Well, if
not pay him?
Billy wrote that on the 8x10 that he gave me to give to Jersey Rich.
I'll be your father-in-law someday?
No, remember this face, you're dead to me, Jersey Rich. And then he signed it Billy Staples. I was personally supposed to give it to him.
Why?
Why? Because of the stuff he always has a little comment to say about my daughter, which is inappropriate and unforgivable.
I find them delightful and witty.
Well, it's wrong. If you're the daughter, you'd probably feel otherwise.
If I was the daughter, I'd have a gun in my mouth right now.
Why?
You was my dad.
I'm a good dad.
When was the last time you saw her?
Age 4.
Oh, so now it's pick on Billy for being a bad dad? Is that it?
No, I got my 100.
No, it's pick on Billy for being a bet welcher.
No, Billy does not. If I was a bet welcher, Ronnie wouldn't have his $100.
I got my 100. But see, the difference is, Fezzy, I stick with things.
Mm-hmm. Watch me stick to this.
I don't think you're going to stick to it. Hawk, do you honestly come in? I'm going to ask the Hawk, who's kind of a psychologist. Do you think that Fez will stay mad at Billy? Or do you agree with Billy that this is one of those things that Fez just lets drop?
No. Fez is in this for the long run.
Oh, you're thinking he's going to stay in it for the long run?
In this case, yes.
Wow.
In this case.
You're absolutely right, Hawk.
Fezzy, I was either going to pick up the money from Billy or John Edwards today. Didn't make any difference to me.
877-692-1027.
We got to take a break. We'll be back. It's Ron and Fez.
1027 WNEW, New York. Ron and Fez. Frequency 1027 WNEW.
Lord, Billy loves a game.
gambling scam, yeah. They're trying to make a living out of shaking Fez's hand. Oh, when it's time for paying, his memory goes bad. 'Cause Billy loves a gambling scam.
Thank you, the Armenian Swing King. 40-second delay. We're Ron and Fez.
He has been putting our life to music lately, Fez.
It's a little unnerving. But again, a very accurate song. Thank you, 40-second.
We did have a little problem where Billy was making crazy bets. And Fez, you honestly believe you bet the Miami game?
He gave me the Dolphins and 21 points. Everyone in the office heard it. And again, his booze-soaked brain can't remember what he said. Can't remember one moment to the next. 40-second delay. Feel free to work on all the Dead Dad songs you want to.
Ouch.
So I've been waiting for. You're okay.
You just got the word. I just signed off on it. Fez M. Watley.
I'll do a whole musical.
There you go.
Why don't you just call yourself FM Watley?
FM Watley, nice.
That'd be nice, right?
1027 FM Watley.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little giddy today from winning my bet, Fez.
He is a fat moron, and he is in for it.
I guess technically you did win your bet. You just didn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if this happened in Atlantic City? No. I'm sorry, I'm not paying you.
We're going to keep the money.
Yeah.
Yes, you did win. Yes.
Well, why would I pay that guy if, Bruce I pay?
I know exactly what happened. It happens every day in the office. He gets so excited, he can't pay attention to what he's saying, and he's in a conversation that happened 10 minutes ago instead of the one that's currently going on.
This is all I say when I see Billy coming down the hall. Right into my pocket. He gives me 21 points. I'm up 38-0 halfway through the first quarter. Where's Mikey D and Billy? Let them come in and admit some of the stuff that's bothering them. Mikey D, you first. What would you like to confess, Mikey D?
What do you got, Mikey?
When I was a kid, one of the neighbors' kids used to play around on the block, and I put little rocks, little pebbles in his ear, and I said, okay, now let's see if it falls out of the ear. And it did the first time, but then I put a few more in there, and they didn't come out, and he had to be rushed to the hospital, and he lost some of his hearing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got a beating for that.
He deserved it.
Sure.
You cost somebody their hearing, it's permanent.
Well, it was part of his hearing, and it was one side, but I know that was permanent.
Oh, you're playing it down, but that's the man's hearing.
Yeah, I know.
Still bothered him today.
Any missing is bad.
Yes, I'm sorry.
God, I got a lot of these things floating around, too. Billy, what about you?
Well,
when you didn't pay your bets?
When I was a kid, I went on a stealing spree at a campground. We used to go out and steal all kinds of stuff. And
still on it. Stole 100 from me.
We used to we had a whole tent full of stuff we stole from empty campsites and never apologized for it, and it's bothered me ever since.
How old were you?
10 or 11.
11, that was the year.
Actually, yeah, it was just before, actually must have been 12. It was right after my dad died. It was 12, so. But we had this whole tent full of booze and stereos and stuff, so.
Really?
Out of all the horrible things you've done in your life, that's the one you feel the most guilty about?
Well, that and molesting a girl who was passed out.
How old were you?
Related?
No. I was in my late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
How old was she? 15?
No.
8?
Her brother trusted me to drive her home, and...
So, what did you do? You pulled over?
Yeah, just kind of took off all her clothes and stuff, and whipped all her...
Stripped her?
Stripped her. Yeah, she was like semi-conscious and stuff. Just did a little diddling.
Did you run a batch on her?
No. I didn't think of that.
So your best friend's sister...
I hardly knew the guy, really.
Passed out. You molested his sister.
Yeah, and no one ever knew it either, so... And then we just left her I left her on the side of the road because I didn't know where she lived.
Naked still?
No, I put her clothes back on.
Never saw her again?
Never again. Never went back to that bar again.
Sure, that's a sick story. I mean, most of our stuff all happened in our teens, not in our late 20s.
When they're actual felonies.
You were even married then, right?
No, this is when I just split up.
Yeah.
You could probably still be charged for it.
Pez, haven't you put this $100 behind you yet?
No. And I'm sure he's got a lot more stories of how he's treated his family, his wives, his co-workers.
The important thing is you paid me, Billy.
Well, yeah, I paid the winner.
Not the loser.
What'd you say?
I said I paid the winner.
You didn't pay me, effer.
No, I didn't
You didn't pay
you.
me whatsoever.
No, I know I didn't.
And if you want to talk about a loser, look at your own effing life, ass.
You're going to look at my life?
Yes.
What, you don't remember the bet we made, and you don't remember the specifics of it, and you're throwing this in my face?
I remember all the specifics of it. It was Miami.
It was, I'm going to give Miami in 21 points. What kind of friggin' idiot you think I am?
The very best kind.
Yeah. Well, sorry that you're mistaken, Fez.
I am not mistaken.
Okay.
I thought it was Miami, too.
No, well.
Everyone in the room said Miami. And, Billy, you're not being set up.
All right, whatever, Fez. And why would I pay Ronnie and not pay you and go through all this crap?
That's what I'd like to know, because you got a lot more crap to go through if you want to hang around here.
What kind of crap am I going to go through?
All right, maybe we'll start to the dead dad jokes next.
Uh-huh.
You know, maybe Billy daughter joke of the day.
You want to go that way?
Sure.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Here is Chrissy. Chrissy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Oh, I just called to tell you guys what a sick ass Billy is.
He's a horrible person.
No, I mean, I have never heard such a thing. And being a woman right now in my late 20s,
yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine any of my guy friends doing something like that. I mean, this poor girl just, makes the mistake getting a little drunk and then has gross, sad, Billy touching her.
I'm sure she was related.
All right, get Billy back in. Now, it's so funny, and I don't understand. Everybody else, they tell their sad stories and nobody reacts. Billy tells his and people are disgusted.
I'm upset. I'm going to have nightmares from now on.
Well, Billy's actually, I guess your thing is it really bordered on rape.
No, it didn't even come that close.
Finger?
No, nothing. It didn't even get that far.
But you said you had her clothes off and you said diddling.
Yeah, with, the upper area.
Was anybody else with you?
No, it's just myself. Just myself.
You're a rapist waiting to happen, Billy.
Oh, I am not.
He's a rapist already happened.
I was under the influence of a ton of coke. I was wrecked. It was
that
stupid.
makes it right.
Doesn't make it right.
That justifies it.
It's okay. See ya.
See ya. All right.
Thank you for the call, Chrissy.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, how you doing, Billy?
What's up?
Yeah, I just want to apologize to you. I got drunk about 2 weeks ago, and I still raped your daughter. How about that,
You know
Billy?
what? Shut the hell up.
Bastard.
Oh, that's awful.
Shut the hell up.
How about that, Billy?
But that was somebody's daughter, Billy. You got to remember that part.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay when Billy does it to other people's daughters.
Here's Kenny. Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kenny.
What are we turning into Bash Billy Day here now?
Pay me $100. I'll call it off right now.
I'm going to risk a
Kenny,
job and everything else over $100. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're risking a job, all right.
And you're going to attack people's families over $100. You feel good about that?
I'll feel great once I get my $100.
You know what? I'll give you the goddamn $100, even though you didn't friggin' win the bet.
I won the bet.
Just to keep you quiet.
You think you're going to shut me up?
Well, Fez, you know damn well this wasn't the bet. You know damn well this wasn't the bet, and you're sitting there going to bring my dad and my daughter into it for $100. I find that despicable.
I will.
Do the show, Billy?
You know what? Do the show.
Billy, you're a liar.
Wait, Billy just quit.
Good.
Billy just quit.
Bye.
You know what? You are stooping to a level that I did not even realize existed. You know what? For $100 friggin' dollars.
I'm sorry. What's the rapist saying to me about stooping?
Oh, okay. You know what, Faz? Fine. Bring it up. This is ridiculous. This is $100. We know what we bet on, and we know what we're talking about. And you're going to bring my family into something. And you're going to make jokes about my daughter for $100. You're the lowest of the low I have ever met in my life.
Why is everybody else a liar?
Because no one else will stand up to you. They were all there. They know what the bet is. No one will stand up to you. God forbid somebody sides with Billy on anything. I can't do a friggin' thing right.
Boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're not going to go against you.
I know what. Bring everybody in, Billy.
bring them all in. Bring everybody in.
For the goddamn $100, that's pathetic.
But you're calling each of them a liar.
Everybody's a liar here.
No one's going to stand up to Fez for me. No one's going to stick up for me.
Because they're all lying. That's what you're saying, right?
I know what the bet was.
Let's just talk to me,
sure.
Okay? Wonder Boy, you weren't there, were you?
Yeah, I was there in the office.
Oh, I didn't even know you were.
Mm-hmm.
What was the bet?
I remember because Fez bet on the Dolphins because I remember thinking he likes the other Florida team, so I thought it was odd that he picked the Dolphins because I know he's a Bucs fan.
Is he lying?
Look.
Is Wonder Boy lying?
I can recite you.
Is he lying?
He's mistaken.
Answer the question.
Right.
Is he a liar?
He's mistaken.
All right, now let's bring in the Swing King. No,
the Armenian Swing King.
I didn't say the other word. Who did Fez bet on?
I thought I was talking to Mickey yesterday, and I said I thought he bet on the Dolphins.
All right, so that was yesterday
That's
before we even knew we had this problem, right? Yeah. You guys were talking about it. Is he lying?
He's mistaken. Because I can remember...
But you're saying they're afraid to stand up to Fez, and Fez is the lowest of the low.
You think someone's going to stand up for me and admit that this is the bet that we had?
So these guys are lying for Fez, you're saying.
But I never even said to anyone, hey, let's do this to Billy. Trust me, I don't want myself this upset.
Yeah.
I don't want myself this mad.
Well, the fact
to go and do this.
The fact that for $100 you would stoop to such levels as to like making my life miserable, making my family's life miserable is absolutely ridiculous.
Billy, you're already miserable. Nothing Fez could do could make it any worse.
You're making me pretty miserable.
Well, you know what? Then fine. You know what? Because the whole bottom thing down is we talked about the bet, and you said you wouldn't. You would like the Texans because you don't think that Drew Brees is going to be able to have another week like he did before. And this is the whole thing we were talking about.
Yes,
and we had
all
a long
that came up.
And that was the bet that I made with you.
That is not the bet, but yes, all that came up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check with Mikey Day. Mikey Day, what was the bet?
It was the Dolphins, Billy.
And that guy never forgets anything. You know that.
And again,
when we're looking for old tape, Mikey D can narrow it down to a week out of the past year.
Well, what team did I have then in the Miami Colt game? Because I'm saying I don't even know who the hell I was supposed to have.
You had the Colts.
I had the Colts giving you 21 points?
Yes. Indiana was favored in that game.
Oh. And I gave you 21. Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds?
Yes, it was ridiculous to give the Giants 21 points.
Well, that was a ridiculous game.
And that was the big guy with Ronnie.
Yeah, I know, but I would never. Come on, Miami and the Colts are two equally matched teams. The Giants and the Rams are not two equally matched teams. The Rams should have killed them.
Based on what?
Based on the Giants' performance the week before, the Giants' secondary. We talked about all the reasons why I thought that before the game.
The Rams didn't win a game all preseason.
Yeah, well, on the other hand, the Jets did. And
they lost to Denver the week before.
Kenny, what did you want to say to us?
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Billy, you said this is your best friend's sister that you raped?
No, it wasn't my best friend's
sister.
You said
it was.
It was a guy I knew in a bar as a friend. It was a casual acquaintance. Don't go switching everything around.
You said it was your best friend. I want to know how you don't know where your best friend lives.
Again,
you're a liar,
will you
Billy,
listen? It wasn't my best friend. I'm tired of everything I say getting switched around and turned around against me.
Live with it.
What?
You're a loser.
Yeah, obviously I am. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Good. Goodbye. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Kenny. 877-692-1027.
Luke, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, what's up? Billy Staples is calling Fezzy the lowest of the low.
Lowest of the low, we called him.
Billy Staples pretended to have anthrax when our country was in turmoil.
Sure.
Doesn't that qualify him as the lowest of the low?
What does that have to do with making fun of someone's daughter when you think you have anthrax? Come on, let's be real here. Use some common sense.
This is the kettle. You're black.
Fine, I'm black.
Here's Pete. Pete, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Pete. Pete.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
You're on Run of Fez.
I realized one of Billy's 5 letters was R for rape.
Oh, please, I'm not a rapist. Give it up.
What would that be considered?
Admitted to it.
When you're molesting a drunk girl that's passed out, what would that be considered?
It would be considered molest.
All right, hold on. Here comes...
Actually, by law, that you could be charged for rape on that.
Well, fine. I couldn't be charged for rape. I didn't. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. How's that? Okay?
Because you took off her clothes without her knowing.
When did you get your law degree?
I'm just saying that's considered rape right there.
Mm-hmm. Then what's molestation?
When you do it to a kid.
No, that's with a minor.
Was this girl 18?
Definitely.
How do you know?
Because I know.
How?
Because I know her. I mean, I know how old she is.
You know her?
I knew how old she was.
How old did you know her?
I don't...
Before you molested her.
Please. I don't know. She was over 18. She was over 21.
How do you know?
Oh, now I'm a child molester?
I'm asking you. I wasn't there.
I'm telling you, she was older. She was like 28, 25, 28, something like that.
I'm asking you how you knew this.
Because I know. Because, I mean, you could tell. She was at a bar where I knew how old. We had talked briefly. And it wasn't such a big deal as everyone's making, for God's sake. It was a stupid thing you did when you're under the influence.
Carmela, you're on Ron and Fez.
That's convenient. Hi, Carmela.
I think it's pretty sad that this sounds like it's the only way Billy can even get a girl.
By raping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this was 15 years ago, okay?
He was only 29 at the time.
Yeah,
He was married, right?
just a mixed-up kid. He didn't know what he was doing.
He was a married man.
No, I wasn't a married man. If you listen to the show, I was separated, all right? I had already been divorced.
It sounds pretty sad to me, Billy. Sorry.
Yeah. Everything I seem to do is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Billy.
What?
It's the principle of the bet. I'm not going to even acknowledge the crap you did with that chick, but it's the principle of the bet. It's not $100.
Were you in the office?
No, it's the principle of the bet. It doesn't
Why
matter
would
how
that
much money
matter?
it is.
If he was in, you would tell him you were wrong. Everybody who was in everybody who was in the office, you're saying is lying.
Do you at least believe you haven't been set up?
Yeah, but I believe there's obviously a mix-up here somewhere because there's no way in hell I would give the Miami Dolphins 21 points after the job they did last week.
How could 6 guys be wrong?
I know exactly what happens. You get ahead of yourself in conversations, and you don't listen. It's happened during meetings countless times. 877-692-1027.
Here is Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin.
Hey, 27694. Thanks. Billy, do you notice that even when callers get on and they contradict you, that you call them liars too? I mean, don't you think that, there's some kind of paranoia that you have that kind of clouds everything and makes you think that the world is against you? I mean, you have problems, but I think they're worse than you actually think they are. And your daughter's a whore.
I'm sorry. I can't deal with this shit. I'm sorry. Enough of this crap.
Billy just quit?
I hope so.
We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Ron and Fez. All right, just to update everybody on what's been going on recently in the latest of our very odd little soap opera lives. Billy Staples made a couple of huge bets, not huge in terms of how much money he bet, but in the point spreads he was giving. He gave me the Giants in 21 points.
Which obviously paid.
Yeah, and actually came in paid his $100. We believe that he had the same bet with Miami Colts with Fez. He claims he didn't make that bet. He made a different one. And Fez and he have been at odds over the $100 that he didn't show up with for Fez today.
So he refuses to pay me. He's actually insulting on the air.
Right.
And so I simply said, until I get my money, I will make your on-air life miserable.
Which is no different than any other day of his life.
Sure, of course not.
I don't know why he would get upset about that.
One caller brought it up earlier. How are you possibly going to make his life more miserable than it already is?
Right.
That one kind of stumped me.
Yeah, you had nothing you could deal with there.
No, when it's that bad.
The last break ended up Billy yelling at you, calling you the lowest of the low.
Right.
And a couple other things. Everybody here agrees with Fez. It's not anything that was worked out before. I was only half paying attention, but I always thought it was the Miami game. The same thing comes out of Wonder Boy, I believe Hawk, the Swing King,
If I'm wrong, tell me.
Yeah.
But I did not go to anybody and say, hey, I'm going to try to get $100 off of Billy. Trust me, I have $100. I don't need Billy's $100.
So Billy Fez, during the commercial, of course, where he says he couldn't take it anymore, he went running out of here. He left the building.
Really?
Took his stuff and left the building. Now, I went down in the office to look for him. You said you had a sighting of him?
Yeah, Martini Steve said he saw him huffing and puffing down the street.
Headed towards Penn Station?
Yes, heading towards Penn Station.
Same way when he was in kindergarten. Fez, and then as I looked for him in our office, I found this on your desk. It's a scribbled out check for $100, no name at the top. As if he either doesn't know your name or you write it in yourself, you scumbag.
Very nice. I'll take it. I will take it. I'm going to stop by Chase Manhattan on the way home.
If you
57th and 6th, and I will cash it.
If you think he has $100 in that bank account, my friend, you're sorely mistaken.
This is his way of getting back at me.
Yeah.
I wrote him a check that's boing, 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 going across the desk.
He might as well left you a Super Bowl and said, here, I owe you $100. Bounce this all the way.
God, why is this check made of Tupperware?
I'm just worried that you're going to get drunk and he's going to fill you up.
After he totally addresses me. We also got that revelation during the last break. Billy, when other people were calling in talking about things they regret, things they want to apologize for now, he basically told us how he raped a girl. He had her passed out in his car, took all of her clothes off, and as he put it, diddled about.
Like he was dear old Uncle Ernie. Fiddling about. And
claims so out of it, so out of his mind on a coke and booze binge, that he couldn't possibly be responsible. He didn't know what he was doing. He was only 30 years old.
Now, I think he was 29 or late 20s. He was in between marriages.
He was in his late 20s, in the late 20s.
All right, we got an update on him, where he is?
No, not yet. Still trying to find him.
Wonder when maybe you could go looking for him. I would.
You think you can find him, Snoop?
Yeah, I can try as long as he hasn't caught the train at Penn Station yet.
Well, I don't think you would have caught the train, but you might want to look in
Charlie O's.
Yeah, Charlie O's.
I'll check all the dives down there.
It's not a dive.
No, but I just
he wants so bad to be a 1920s gumshoe. He wants so bad. All the gin joints.
Now, what do you think? Do you think that he thinks that he's quit? Or do you think he thinks, okay, I left my check, I left, and, it was just one of those things where he leaves work, but hasn't quit?
He definitely hasn't quit.
All right, Allie says she just saw him scaling the Empire State Building. I don't believe that happened.
He better not be swatting at planes. Boy, I'd like to have this handwriting on this check analyzed, too.
It's just insane.
That's the scribblings of a madman.
It's all written in blood. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, Billy's little story reminds me of my roommate in college about 5 years ago. Same kind of thing, semi-formal dance, took a girl there, had too many drinks, went back to her room, took all her clothes off, never actually did anything other than just feeling her up. But next day, dean of the college was there, state police were there, gets arrested, kicked out of school. He's got a sexual predator jacket now that he's got to register in every town where he moves. Same thing Billy did.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hey, big.
Exact same crime. And thinking, no, that's not even sexual assault what I did. I only took her clothes off. I only touched her chest.
Billy's thing that's always so funny. Like, the rest of us are admitting all this stupid, awful stuff.
Right.
Stealing and fighting and just being all around idiots. And then Billy thinks he's being part of it.
Sure.
I took a woman's clothes off and started to diddle her.
And admits to, I hope the girl is listening and realizes now, these many years later, these 15 years later, what happened to her.
All right, not for nothing here, and it's not to defend Billy, but you see, it's going to be some kind of lobster claws type. I mean, basically, you see what he is always hanging around with.
Right. Yeah, don't think it's some sort of prom queen they got in the backseat of that car.
Fezzy, Chicken Hawk says, before you cash that check, see if it's got any brown stuff on it.
He crapped on my bet check.
Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Greg.
How you doing, buddy?
Denial. This poor excuse of a male orgasm. When is he going to wake up? This is the funniest show on the flagship, and to hear Fezzi this upset, it upsets me and plenty of others.
Ronnie knows me. I don't like to get myself in this big of a pitch.
Fezzi Lowe, I've been a fan since Ron and Ron. I've been up and down from Port St. Lucie to West Palm Beach. I come back home, you guys are here, and make me so happy. When is this pompous ass going to wake up? He's got a problem. I had one. Ronnie had one. The sky says blue. No, it's not. It's black. But
Right.
it's blue. No, it's not. It's black. When are you guys going to have another night of fights?
Well, we're going to see what happens, where we're going to end up with here, and then we'll line one up right after.
I'm sorry. I'm upset right now. I'm a former alkie.
Uh-huh.
I'm a former abuser. You understand, Ronnie?
Yeah, sure.
I'll put $1,000 against this punk ass. I'll meet him anywhere he wants to make him wake up.
All right, thanks, Greg.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Greg. A battle of the addicts.
That's what you could basically call all the marriages he was in.
Battle of the addictions. 877-692-1027.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chris. Chris.
Yo.
Buddy.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, man? Listen, I got to tell you, I'm a Giant fan, right? And for him to give 21 points to the Rams after they held a perennial favorite in San Francisco and Terrell Owens to one receiving yard, one of the best receivers in the NFL, that was another crackhead bet.
You know, Billy gets on the air, Ronnie, and he talks about, I'd never make that crazy of a bet with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't like the Colts. Why would I make that bet? He only made the Giants bet with Ronnie because he hates the Giants so bad, because he's such a big Jets fan. He had to make that bet, not based on anything he had seen in the papers or the teams.
And he literally leaped out of his chair and grabbed my hand. He was so sweaty and all fired up over that.
He has to turn something great like the 21 Club into something awful.
Yeah.
Takes all the fun out of everything.
And he basically now, Fez, he acts like you robbed him. He literally called you despicable and the lowest of the low.
He said I was despicable. He is such a punk. Nothing is his fault. Won't believe anybody else in the room that he did it.
Here's Christine. Christine, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
Hi,
Christine.
guys.
Yeah.
How are you? I have a solution with Billy. He's going to walk off thinking, okay, maybe if I walk off, somebody will follow me, say, oh, it's stupid, don't leave. It's a stupid reason to leave. And they're going to convince him to come back, thinking, okay, I'll come back. And everybody's going to feel sorry for him, and he's going to get an apology. That's what's going on. I have friends that do that stuff. And that's what he's pulling.
He wants to be chased.
Exactly. He wants to be chased and dragged back, and then thinking Fez is going to feel bad and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, da-da-da, and he's going to come back, oh, it's wrong, don't talk about my... Please, that guy deserves no sympathy. Now I see why you pick on him.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
He's always the victim. Just another victim. That's Billy.
Fez, I think he's going through another one of his deals again.
Well, we found out he was probably drunk, most likely drunk at his gig over the weekend.
It seemed like he was partying anyway.
Yeah.
When you hear some of the stories.
The stories coming out of the ale house this weekend
and
where
then,
Billy appeared.
Then people were telling me at that place he was drinking more near beers. And he's been in and out of the AA thing enough to know that you don't do that. It's just silly to be one of the near beer guys.
Everything he touches turns to crap. 877-692-1027.
Let's go to Roger. Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Roger.
Spy report, boys.
All right.
No
Spy
double
report.
murder, double suicide in Times Square. Billy just took himself out.
All right. Then you'd feel bad, wouldn't you, Fez?
Probably not. I would have to leave early to cash his check.
Check. Fuzzy.
This is hysterical. This may just get framed and matted and put up on my wall.
You might as well sell it to a paper mill because that's all it's worth. Whatever the weight is in paper.
I'm going to keep this in the bathroom in case we're out of the Charmin one day. This will be this check that Billy wrote me.
That's why Billy uses checks that way. That's all they're worth to him. It might as well say $1 billion $1 trillion. I had to go check to make sure the money didn't bounce that he gave me. I thought that money was going to bounce. That's how bad his credit is.
Check the president's face on those 20s. I think it's Cy Sperling, president of the Hair Club for Men. We're Ron and Fez, live on a Monday.
Trying to get Billy back on the show. I don't expect to move. Billy walked out again.
The alleged rapist who confessed to that crime today and also welched on his bet with me, again, walked off the show.
Now, Fez, in his defense, you get paid your blood money.
I got a check. I don't know what it's worth. I have no idea. I'm sure it's not worth the paper it's printed on. We'll have to see when I take it to the bank today.
Hey, Horde King just sent me a website where Billy puts in a bunch of jokes.
What?
Yeah.
The bizarreness continues.
All right, here's some of the jokes that Billy's written for this website. And I don't know, it's called jokeemail.com. And Billy Hine is one of the big writers, I guess, for him.
Nice.
Paul McCartney has announced to the world he is indeed dating an amputee by the name of Heather Mills, which makes Ringo very happy. This way, if the Beatles ever do reunite again, he knows his job as a drummer is still safe.
What does that mean?
I guess you need 2 legs to be a drummer.
All right, that one flew past me.
Yeah. The new show, The God, the Devil, and Bob has been canceled by NBC. I guess even the lamb's blood above the studio door couldn't save this one.
Everything's a blood joke with him.
All right, some of these must be pretty old. The battle over 6-year-old Elian Gonzalez continues.
Oh, God.
Over if he should return to his native Cuban. I have a surefire way for the kid to get home. Just tell him Michael Jackson wants to meet him privately. And the kid will probably swim all the way back to Cuba himself.
And the room just falls over in laughter.
78-year-old comedian Rodney Dangerfield has to undergo double bypass surgery. After the procedure, the comedian says he's going to have to change a lot of things in his life, starting with his act. He now says instead of getting no respect, is a heck of a lot better than getting no pulse.
Wow.
These are some of Billy's jokes.
These are a long way to nowhere.
Yeah.
Wow, do they take forever?
Yeah.
And there is no payoff whatsoever. He should have tried these at Red Bank.
Haley Joe Osment has been inked to star in a new movie about the youngest census taker in history. The new movie is entitled The Sixth Census. The kid's big line in the movie is, I don't count dead people.
Ugh. Pathetic. Just awful.
I see dead people. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on, guys? 7546. Hooah! To let you know the kind of guy Billy is, that Elian Gonzalez joke was a joke from Conan O'Brien.
Of course.
Well, that's parallel writing.
All right, see.
Yeah, that's something else that is never Billy's fault. The fact that he steals material and then can't even deliver it.
You gotta admit, you missed him a little bit now that he's walked out.
Not one bit.
Again.
He'll walk again tomorrow.
He never actually did quit, did he? He just kept walking.
No, of course not.
Here's Rich. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Forget the rape. Put Billy in jail for these jokes.
Is there a joke jail?
Comedy jail.
Billy would be on death row.
Take care, guys.
877-692-1027.
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Matt, what can we do for you?
I got your new listener today by the name of Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, what's up? Say, Fez was wrong all the way in this thing. You had another caller call in who said that he bashed on a woman by doing the same thing as Billy did. As soon as Billy said he did it, you'll cry rape. All the listeners call in, and everybody start badgering him and beating him.
When did we ever say okay to a woman? What are you talking about, Matt?
You had another caller called in before Billy.
giving an apology.
Yeah.
And he said that he did the same thing that Billy did. And that's why Billy thought it was safe for him to come on the radio and say the same thing.
I don't remember that. Do you, Fez?
And even if we did, nobody said, hey, way to go, batching on a girl.
Right,
oh, yeah, that's right.
No one ever gave that guy the seal of approval.
Yeah, I told him it was rape.
Yeah, but nobody badgered him about it neither.
Well, he didn't stay on the line.
And he doesn't work with us.
Okay, yeah, he ran up the line real quick.
Nor does he owe Fez $100.
But that's just his thing. Okay, you say he owed Fez $100.
Yes.
I wasn't there when they made the bet or anything like that. But you know Billy is a child. Why would you make a bet with a child with a stable ability as Billy has?
Now you're acting like he's
a... to come before it happened. It's like at the Red Bank show.
Again, Billy's the victim. He makes bad bets, and it's everyone else's fault.
Didn't you tell him at the Red Bank show what was going to happen?
Yeah, we told him. We told him not to go to Red Bank.
And so you knew what was going to happen with the bet. You knew it's the same thing. You knew what was going to happen with the bet.
Yes.
So why make a bet with a child when you knew this was going to happen? You seen it happen before it happened.
So we have to watch out for him through life.
Who am I? Quasimodo? I can predict the future?
No, because you're thinking Nostradamus.
Right.
What about Notre Dame?
Well, they have the halfback of Notre Dame, not the hunchback.
And the quarterback.
You know, I always used to think of the lunchbox of Notre Dame, too, when I was younger.
That's a good one.
No. I always thought maybe I'll do something with that.
I never pondered that.
It's never come out that way. All right, man, so it's all Fez's fault.
Yeah, it's Fez's fault.
Yeah, because he's a child.
Because Billy is a child, and I took advantage of a child.
Listen, only a child would walk off their job every week.
Tell me.
A child would do it. Just like I said about the schoolyard, we talking about the kid about Aquaman. He got crying like a baby.
Right.
Only a child would do that.
I say God bless the child who's got his own, like Billie Holiday said.
And the child shall lead them into rehab.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt.
Okay, see you.
Thank you, Matt, for the call.
All right, here's Sebastian. Sebastian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello there, Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Good.
I just want to let you guys know. You're right. You know, he made a bet. He should have stood up by it. But I think the guy suffered enough. You know, you guys beat up on him a little bit too much now. It's gotten to the point where I think he suffered enough. Tomorrow, you know, is another day.
I'm ready to apologize.
I'm not.
I'm a big enough man to say I'm wrong.
Yeah, see,
I'm a big enough man to know I'm right.
Yeah, but it's not about being right or wrong. You guys already beat up on him a little too much. It's not really that he's being a victim or any of that stuff. You know, you just got to let it go. I mean, you know, once in a while it pays off to beat up on people like that. But I think he got the point, and you know he'll know better next time to open his mouth.
All right, sit.
Yes, that's happened every time in the past.
Here's Carl. Carl, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Ron Fez.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Thank you.
You guys were talking about apologies earlier. How are you going to apologize after Billy kills himself?
I guess he'll just apologize to the surviving members of his family.
Yeah, I'll apologize to John Edwards.
That's a lot of stress you're putting him through.
I understand.
Billy has too much of an ego to kill himself.
True.
All right,
you guys are great.
Thank you very much. I, for one, feel like, hey, I'm sorry, I enjoy my new cigars.
I'm not sorry. Stay home.
I know you like Billy, Fez.
I don't like Billy anymore.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Ron and Fez Show. We were talking about the DUIs and how those of us that can drink and drive shouldn't be penalized. How about you, Billy? Any DUIs in your past?
Oh, yeah. I've had experience in that matter.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had one.
Really?
As much as I've drank and driven, and I don't condone it, and it's not right, but I know what I'm doing.
I'm just unlucky.
What did you blow? And if you say the cop, you're off the show.
First time was a 2.2.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What's legally dead? 2.3?
Yeah, first time was a 2.2. Second time, 1.8.
All right, so if they're saying that a .08 is 4 drinks in an hour,
right?
And you went 2.2, does that mean you had like 16 drinks in an hour?
Yeah, or it was an all-day party. You know, we were drinking vodka from, like, IV bottles and stuff, you know, so it was one of those all-day parties.
Where were you partying at? Your mother's nursing home?
This was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's the only place I've seen this done before.
No, we hooked up an IV bottle, filled it with vodka, and we were just hanging under it.
Because you're so lazy?
No, because it was kind of just like a cool little gag. Come on, let's do IV shots. And we were doing IV shots, and... You know, and then I decided to go.
Were you driving an ambulance when all this happened?
No. Just a big old Plymouth. And,
what was her name? I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right, so and that was your only time?
No, I've had 3.
Three?
I've got
Three?
I've got caught 3 times.
What were you the other 2 times?
2.2, 1.8, and third time I learned from my mistakes.
And what was that?
I didn't take the test. I refused to take it because I knew I was hammered.
What do they do when you refuse to take the test?
They automatically give you the DWI. They automatically go, you know, you got to sign a paper saying you refused it. And
do they snag your license automatically, too?
Yeah, they videotape you trying to do all kinds of tests. And
finally,
stuff.
You got to do some acting.
I'm sitting there going...
Finally, he thought television work. They had a camera.
I knew I was in trouble when the cop said, like, to stand on one leg and touch your nose and lean back. And I was like, I couldn't do this sober. And I was like, uh-oh.
All right, here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
When I had to take a driving class, it was that we were trying to figure out, you know, how much it would take for you to get drunk. And the teacher's going around asking everyone's height and weight and everything. And he was saying, if you've never drank before, so, you know, be drunk at this. And he gets to me. And he says, height, and I go, 6'3". He said, weight, and I said, 345. He said, just don't even bother. Just keep drinking until you're done.
Wow. If you're that big, you can keep drinking.
He said, if I've never had a drink in my life, I said, well, I have. I drink, you know, kind of based on consistency, and I, you know, eat in between or whatever. He said, then seriously, you could drink for about 12 hours and you would be fine.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think so, because you weighed more than 325 when you were pulled over, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm at 345.
It has a lot to do with what you ate, your tolerance, how quick your drinks were. You know, it's a lot more involved than just how your actual size.
All right, this is from R.J. Cooper online. He says at the .08 now, the New York State tax is now higher than the drinking limit.
Wow, you're right.
We're paying more in state taxes for the beer than you can actually effing drink.
That's amazing.
And they wonder why people run down the street shooting guns.
Wonder why people are drinking so much.
It's like, this is insane.
God, if it was .08, I can't tell you how many I probably would have had.
You're probably over .08 right now.
I'm sure you are.
Your blood level doesn't lower past that now. You level out at about .09. That's normal for you. That's sober.
Well, it is a leveling point. You know, there is some, you know, residue, I'm sure, left over from years. But, you know, it's like for me, whenever I drank, the car was a magnet. Had to get behind the wheel. Had to go to other places.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That is true. It's like, you know, you shouldn't drink and drive, but it's really the only time you feel like it. You know, you get that thing where you're going, you know what, we ought to go to Atlantic City right now. You know, you're like, crap.
I did that too.
Where's the Leonard Skinner tape? Come on, man. We're going down.
We are staying out tonight.
Yeah, the second DWI I got was because I was driving somebody else home who was too drunk. And I got pulled over.
Taking Mom home?
No, it wasn't Mom.
Picking her up out back the Coliseum.
Who are you taking home?
This is one of the guys I used to buy drugs from.
Was it Paul from Airsick?
No, it wasn't Paul. I didn't even know Paul back then. This is before I started my comedy career.
You were driving your drug dealer home?
Yeah, because he was like, oh, no, you're in no shape to drive. Let me take you home.
What was the drug that he was selling?
Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank God I had a hole in my floorboard because I dropped a half right through the hole in the floorboard. Otherwise, it would have been popped for that, too.
Oh, when you got pulled over?
Yeah.
A half what? Gram?
Yeah.
Oh, because I think you were saying half ounce, you cheap bastard. I'm thinking you never had a half ounce of Coke in your life.
I wouldn't thrown a half ounce away through that Coke. I would have made a run for it.
It'd have been a shootout to save that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, Billy, it's nice that you consider that the glory days.
Yeah, right.
The car had no floor, Ronnie. That's my favorite part of the story.
No, it was my...
And here's what he says. Here's how he tells it. Fortunately, lucky for me, I had no floorboards.
I was thinking at that time I'm living in bedrock, so I just got my feet going, dropped the Coke between my legs.
It was a classic car that was remodeling.
It's not classic if there's a big hole in the bottom.
Well,
how were you remodeling it?
Junk.
From the floor up?
No, it was only a little hole about the size of maybe a quarter or so, and I was just able to stick it through there. It was a 72 Challenger.
What did you stick through there?
The half a gram.
Okay.
I was going to contemplate doing it just before the cop got there, too. I was like, if I snort this real quick, I'll probably be a lot more sober. You know, you can imagine that. Yes, officer. But I was like, I decided to get rid of it.
Billy, kids listen to this show.
I know.
Ronnie, he's
telling the story like he's on Actors Studio. Then came 1978. The floorboard years.
Well, you know, it's just, I don't recommend it. It was a long time ago. I was going through a bad period in my life.
What was that, the 20th century? That was a rough period for you.
It was a period from 87 to 91 where things went bad.
Yes. For you, your ex-wives, everyone involved.
Anyone that you touched.
Well, the guy I drove home skated free. He didn't get it. He had an open container of booze, too. And I said, hide it under the seat.
A babooze?
Babooze.
Babooze. He was taking Big Crosby home, Fezzy.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
Billy, looks like you got a little bit of a problem.
Was this the same night you had the girl passed out, your friend's sister in the back seat?
Started feeling her up?
No. Actually, I just... First of all, let me always clear that up.
We don't have time for that
touching.
now. Now, Billy, you said there was.
Well, there was peeking.
You have to touch to peek. You have to undress to peek.
The worst thing about getting arrested is every time you go there and you sit there.
All right, hold on. Let's stop and let's go back to you trying to get out of a mess. At one time, you told us that you were driving a woman home. Mm-hmm. She passed out, and you molested her.
I peeked.
Now you're saying, no, it wasn't that bad. All I did was pull her top up.
Actually, it was more like pull down. You know, open and take a peek and, you know. Things you can't do. It's normal things that guys would do. I just had the opportunity.
Normal things that guys do?
You know,
yes, like Robert Chambers, normal guy.
I don't want to. I'm not a molester. Okay, I just want to say that right off on the bat. Okay, what time is it? Write that down.
Isolate that at 9:12, and work on editing out that knot.
Now so you feel good about the fact that you just pulled her top up and glanced at her breast? Or was it her pants down?
No, her pants were not down.
Dress up?
No,
no. I know. That's the thing. Now he wants to get some kind of medal from AA because he's such a good man.
He's actually trying to tell us he saved her that night.
Well, I did. I got her home. Oh no, I didn't. I dropped her off.
In the snowbank.
You were her knight in shining armor hot dogs.
Yeah.
So why didn't you touch her? Why has the story changed? Because all the people got mad at you?
Well, no, I never really got to fully explain the story the first time. That's where the problem lies.
Do we have it from the first time, Rory?
Do we have that? See if we can find that.
Yeah, we can pull it up.
All right, go ahead and do that.
You remember when it was, Billy, when we talked about this? Because all we got to do is go back and check ronfez.net because the heat that came down on you.
Right.
It was during one of the last times before you quit.
No, I know exactly when it was.
When was it?
The day before my extended vacation.
Right. So when was that?
March.
The rest of us don't keep
that was
March.
like
on a pocket calendar.
March 20-something.
March, the end of March.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here's Big Al. He remembered what you said. Big Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Big Al.
Shake it up.
Oh, shake it up, buddy.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
I remember distinctly the exact words that scumbag Staples used was diddle.
Yeah, you said you diddled her.
No, I was diddling myself.
How do you diddle yourself?
All right, hold on. So now you want...
You asked what I did to her.
Oh, no. Let's just make sure that we know that you're the gentleman that you tell us that you are. So you pulled her top down and ran a quick batch on her.
I opened it up a little bit.
While you
looked.
Touched yourself.
Yeah. So?
Hey...
God.
No, I was just thinking maybe she'd come to and be interested, and she never did.
No woman has ever come to with you.
Right.
I guarantee you that.
All right, diddle me this, fat man.
That's riddle me this, fat man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it wrong again.
No, you actually had it right.
How do you get someone's clothes off? How do you lift up their clothes if you're not touching them?
No, it's button-down blouse.
All right, but your hands are on their person, whether it's their clothes or their skin or whatever. You touch them to remove clothes.
Well, I touched the buttons.
Right, sure. That's just the buttons and then the bra?
No, I just looked. There was no
just
bra.
Looking?
There was no bra.
Oh, no bra. So as
Fortunately, Ronnie, there was no bra that night.
Yeah. So you just had enough time just to spank on this poor
No, because the guy in the back seat was
oh, God, there was a guy in the back seat?
Yeah.
Why, you have your dink out?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is the sickest carpool I've ever heard of.
It's just, look, when you're...
It's a carpool of spunk is what it is now.
Look, I mean, obviously I've made mistakes when I was drinking and doing coke.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
No. I mean, obviously, you don't get behind the wheel and drive, and you don't do silly things unless you're sober, and I haven't done any of those sober.
Right. All right, so this happened somewhere between 87 and 91?
Yeah, late 80s.
Yeah. So you're just a kid, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
33, 34.
Practically old enough to be president.
I find it almost weird enough that you're jacking in front of a buddy.
Well, it never got to the point of an actual jack. It was just trying to,
Achieve jacked them.
Yes.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beth, if you had a gun, would you shoot him now?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm kind of freaked out standing here.
It is kind of, all right, we'll bring
Come on over, Beth.
Beth, it's, now, as a woman, this is a crazy story, right?
Yeah, it's kind of freaking me out. I keep, inching over.
I know. And yet, here's the thing. Tonight, he's attempting to clear his name with us. He is trying to clear the record of what's happened.
It was 15 years ago.
Right, you were 30.
Billy, you should just stop talking.
Well, no, I'm just want to clear my good name.
I love the way Drunk Moses has parted the capos here.
I know.
They have gone to either side of the room just to stay away from Hey Diddle Diddle, the drunk in the middle.
You're doing a lot of diddle jokes tonight.
Beth, you have nothing to worry about, and I apologize if I make you feel uncomfortable.
Okay, thank you.
No, you should say that to the human race. Not just Beth.
I'm sorry if I made the planet uncomfortable.
Oh, you know what I like? Beth's getting her own little theme song here.
Yeah.
Ah, that's nice.
There you go, Beth.
All right, here, Paul wants to join in. Paul, you're on with
Hello.
Rada Fez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up, Ron? Hey, what's doing?
Yeah.
Listen, tell that molest there. I had a friend of mine about 8 months ago. He was riding on a bus. I kicked him out of my house because he was drunk and loaded up on pills. He was riding the bus. He did that to a girl. Just pulled down the top because he wanted to take a peek. Got 6 months in Rikers.
Yeah, that's a public place.
It's a public place. Doesn't matter. Your car's a public place. What do you think? Is that right to molest somebody?
You think that what he did wrong was did it in public?
That was the crime?
It's a crime whether you do it in your closet or if you do it in public.
Look, I guarantee there's not a person. There isn't a person in this room who hasn't committed a crime of one sort. The difference is getting caught.
Oh, there you go.
So no, not caught, no crime.
Right. See, that's the thing. It's sex crime that's freaking people out.
No, it was not a sex crime. If it's a crime, if we're doing it to myself, then I should have been arrested many times.
Yes, we're all saying that. We're all in agreement.
Finally, we agree. You should have been arrested many times.
You should be in jail right now.
For what?
You should be put in the Phantom Zone, away from everyone.
Do they have that?
I wish.
He's spinning through that little disc with your space. Why he screams?
He's just in a big mirror hovering over the planet. Yes. He spent most of his life with his face in a mirror. Why not?
Fezzi just does a 1978 reference, and I'm right with him.
Well, one of the things I've learned is I'm responsible, but not. I'm not responsible, but accountable for my actions. So. I did it, but I was under the influence, so.
Is this another public apology?
Oh, no. I'm not apologizing for something that was 15 years ago, so.
Of course not.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
There was no crime. There can't be any statute of limitations on a crime, on something that didn't happen.
Obviously, sure. It's like Hitler said, hey, Hitler said, hey, I was young, I was crazy.
Sure.
I was high most of the time. We were doing coke.
I'm just trying to climb the corporate ladder.
Right, I did what I had to do.
Why is every time I come in here, I get compared to Hitler?
You starting to put the two together?
Yeah. Yeah, that's you, Billy.
Well, you know what? Look, I mean, I guarantee everyone here has driven drunk at one time or another, but just not got caught. So, I'm unlucky.
We're not all disgusted by the driving and drunk. That hasn't disgusted any of us. Hey, Jim, you're on Run the Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm just curious. He has a child, right? How would he feel if someone did this to his kid?
You want to answer that, Michael Dukakis?
No.
Here is Cujo. Cujo, you're on Run the Fez.
Hey, Cujo.
Staples, you scumbag. You're admitting to sexual assault in the 4th degree, at least in the state of Connecticut. When this happened, and who's the girl?
Don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
She should come forward with a complaint, that way we can lock your sorry ass up.
Don't remember.
Hey,
Billy,
anytime you want to make admissions like that, remember, they'll get you every time, Polly.
All right, thank you. Billy, this is you trying to clear your name. That's what kills me. Ronnie, you wanted to clear something up that you said before.
It's trying to clear up a misconception. I was labeled a molester, and I am not.
You're just a guy who pulls their breast out and jacks on them.
That label's actually sewn into your shirt.
She actually originally came on to me before.
I heard
Before she passed out, because she was asked...
why don't we do this? Why don't you get your lies together? We'll take a commercial break. All right? Rewrite history. In the meantime, Rory, you get a big, giant light we're going to put over his head.
All right.
And we'll come back and pick this up.
All right. And we actually have a full jury here.
Yeah.
If we want to take it to the jury.
No, we need tar and feathers. We'll do it all.
Okay, good.
During the commercial break. We'll be right back. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. 102.7 WNEW.
I'm sorry.
Are you tired of waiting around for Billy Staples to fail so you can hear another fabulous prepared statement? Then it's time you ordered Billy's Apology Anthology. Now you can enjoy Billy's apologies in your own home whenever you want. You get all the classics, like this one.
I know now that joking with fecal matter is never justified.
Plus,
it was never my intention of getting booed off the stage after my disappointing performance at the Jim Norton show.
And this latest hit.
It appears that just like cancer, my disease of addiction has spread to other parts of my psyche.
Yes, nobody crafts an apology like Billy.
I accept full responsibility for my actions regarding my career and unwarranted bowel usage.
Nobody pats themselves on the back like Billy.
I feel that I am now back and will bring the show to new heights of hilarity.
And nobody takes less responsibility for his actions than Billy.
This whole disagreement was the result of my disease of addiction.
Order Billy's Apology Anthology today. Payment by check, money order, or AA chips accepted.
A man tries to clear his name. We're Ron and Fez. Live on a Wednesday.
All right, Billy. Let's go over what you said happened, and we'll just clear this thing up for you.
Be glad to.
You said that people have the wrong idea of you because you molested a girl. You said you didn't molest her. You pulled her top down and attempted to run a batch.
No, I peeked down her blouse.
You said you unbuttoned.
One button. I peeked down her blouse, checked out the rack.
Yeah.
Because when I was taking her home, she was still alert. She was awake and stuff. And when we were driving, she had her head on my shoulder, and then her head fell in my lap. It was like leaning down. I thought she was still awake. I assumed I couldn't see her face.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was kind of like coming on to me, and that's when I took a peek. And
boy, it changes all the time.
It really does. We get a new version every time he talks about this. This came up a while ago, the very first time he confessed to this on our show.
All right, Billy, and you said we got the wrong idea of that. Now we'll play some of the tape.
Okay.
And we'll find out where we got the wrong idea. All right, let's go, Fez.
All right. Did
we ever say what date this was?
Yeah, Ronnie, the exact date on this was September 16th, 2002.
Okay.
Out of all the horrible things you've done in your life, that's the one you feel the most guilty about?
Well, that and molesting a girl who was passed out.
How old were you?
Related?
No. I was in my late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
How old was she? 15?
No.
8?
Her brother trusted me to drive her home, and...
So, What did you do? You pulled over?
Yeah, just kind of took off all her clothes and stuff and whipped all her
stripped her?
Stripped her. Yeah, she was like semi-conscious and stuff. Just did a little diddling.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm sorry. I must have jumped to conclusions after that.
Don't you feel like a fool now?
I do. Oh, I'm just pink, Fezzy, with just embarrassment.
Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Look,
you see how we could have gotten the wrong idea.
No, I can definitely see you got the wrong impression. But if you also notice the tone of my voice, I was definitely on the wrong medication also at that time. You cannot tell. Listen to that depressed tone. My
Why
God.
can't we say bull crap on the air?
I'll take a lie detector test today.
All right, what were you taking during your depressed tone? Now, you said, what medication were you on here when you admitted to the diddling and the molestation and stripping your friend's sister naked?
Well, I barely knew the guy, so I didn't care about that. So I was actually probably when I was in between medications and they were trying some new stuff on me or it hadn't kicked in yet, so...
Yeah.
I'm finally on stuff that works.
What are you on now?
Anti-molestation medicine?
Cut your dink off is the best thing for you.
Let's say for the record, once again, I am not a molester, okay?
All right, let's play the tape back and see what you had to say, because I certainly don't want to put words in your mouth.
Right.
That would be wrong.
Here's the unedited tape from 9/16 of this year. Out of all the horrible things you've done in your life, that's the one you feel the most guilty about?
Well, that and molesting a girl who was passed out.
How old were you?
Related?
No. I was in my late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
How old was she? 15?
No.
8?
Her brother trusted me to drive her home. And
So, what did you do? You pulled over?
Yeah, just kind of took off all her clothes and stuff and whipped all her
stripped her?
Stripped her. Yeah, she was like semi-conscious and stuff. Just did a little diddling.
Okay. Again. What part am I getting confused on? What am I mixing?
I'm not an expert with this, but I don't hear a guy on some heavy medication slurring and saying things that he doesn't mean.
No, it was a lack of medication.
Oh, a lack of medication.
Oh, all right.
So it was the fact that you had no chemicals shooting into your system.
Oh, Ronnie, let me grab the tape from 10 seconds ago when it was the wrong medication.
Well, like it was either the wrong or the lack of at that particular time. I don't remember the exact date. I've been to so many doctors, and it was before my therapy. I started with therapy and stuff. And I've actually discussed this.
Diddling therapy?
No, psychoanalysis.
All right, what about this? If I get you a gun, do you think you can put it in your mouth and pull the trigger?
Why?
Just to stop this.
No.
Stop the cycle, honey.
Stop it now.
Something that happened 15 years ago. I mean, come on, you cannot strip a girl in the front seat of a car, when you passed out.
Okay,
Miss Poundstone, you're the one who said it.
Yeah, I was trying to win a contest, I guess. I was,
This was a contest? You and the other guy had signed up for some kind of a rape thing?
Oh, Ronnie, you remember the Diddle Championships of '78. That was the year Green Bay went.
No, it was, I thank you for the opportunity to finally tell you the truth about what happened. It was not, a lot of things I am in my life, but one thing I will not be is a molester of women.
All right, let's play this tape back.
No, we've all heard.
Let me check this out.
I chose the wrong word, probably. Everyone here is probably guilty of choosing the wrong word at one time or
let's
another.
hear how many wrong words you choose.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I implore you. Has not each of us said that we stripped a girl naked? Have we not said that we diddled an innocent lass?
He who is without sin, cast the first batch. I dare you.
That's the most insane thing. To look around at these people.
These nice people. By the way, the Capos are in the studio tonight.
And act like we've all done this.
Do you think if any of these guys here had any way the similar experience that I've had, they are going to speak up now?
No. No. No one would do that but you.
Billy, you're speaking up and forever holding her peace. All right?
The other odd part is that you tell this like a funny, interesting story.
I didn't want to discuss this. I thought this was over with.
No, you just said, I want this opportunity to clear things. And I remember saying, Billy, don't.
You're like a sick Paul Harvey. Now you know the rest of the horrible story.
Well, I'm glad it's over with, so.
Over with? I feel like this snowball's just starting to move.
All right, I don't want to get into more lies, but what happened after you did this? Did you take the girl home? Did you leave her in the car?
Shallow grave? What happened?
No,
What happened to poor Chandra?
I just dropped her off on the street where we were parked.
Passed out?
No, she said, "Oh, you're home." I told her she was home.
Was she home?
I have no idea.
So you left her outside?
Yeah, she found her way home, though, I found out.
6 days later.
Yeah, from peeking in her bedroom later that night?
No.
Oh, the batch trail.
No, I had seen her after that, and she just like, "Oh, yeah, you made it home?" Okay.
Listen to it. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, so, my clothes were missing, and I had sticky stuff all over me, but it was nice for you to drop me off.
I had a great time. Someone had eaten my buttons off my blouse, and I couldn't open my eyelids.
So funny taste in my mouth.
Unbelievable.
This is not exactly going to sit well with the female listeners.
Or male listeners, just so you understand that.
I just want to know, was she wearing a blue dress?
Yeah, what was on her? What was she wearing at the time?
I don't recall.
Was there a coat?
Other than your homemade glaze.
She had a coat on?
No, it was warm weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweater?
Did you cut diamond shapes out of her back?
Up, here's your house. You gotta go now.
Get out.
Oh, God, Billy.
Just for the record, that did not happen.
It never happens with you. It doesn't make it any easier.
No, I'm just saying there was no residue or anything.
Evidence. We call that evidence. DNA evidence.
How dark does it have to be before you call it residue? How polluted is that?
It's like tar on him.
All right, if this was a court of law, would anybody here find him innocent? Would anybody say innocent?
Hang him.
Would you say hang him? Seriously. No problem? Guilty. And that's not us, Billy.
And that's unanimous, right? All the capos agree?
Guilty.
Yeah.
I got thumbs down all the way around?
Guilty.
Right.
Guilty of what? Bad judgment? Yes.
Molestation.
I think that please let the defense rest. Just rest and shut your pie hole.
I'm allowed to like, make a statement before the,
You've made a statement for 45 minutes. It's insane. It's like listening to Ted Bundy.
We have your statement from 9/16 of this year if you'd like to hear it.
No,
Out of all the horrible things you've done in your life, that's the one you feel the most guilty about?
Well, that and molesting a girl who was passed out.
How old?
No. I was in my late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
How old was she? 15?
No.
8?
Her brother trusted me to drive her home, and...
So, what did you do? You pulled over?
Yeah, just kind of took off all her clothes and stuff and whipped all her...
Stripped her?
Stripped her. Yeah, she was like semi-conscious and stuff. Just did a little diddling.
Can you say that slowly?
See, semi-conscious.
That's not the disgusting part. Well, it's part of it, but it's not the most disgusting part.
No, it was, it was just taking things, to a different level. Look, it's done. It's over. I've been found guilty by this court, not exactly a court of my peers.
He's trying to wake her up to take their relationship to a new level.
He should only be judged by a quart of his beers. He wants to sit there in front of a six-pack and be judged.
If I'm going to be held accountable for 15 years ago...
You know what? That argument would work if you were 19. Okay, but 15 years ago, you were in your late 20s.
I'm still
You're
a child.
an adult.
I'm a child. I'm still, I'm very young at heart. Like my therapist said, I never grew up. So, I have issues.
I put away childish crimes.
Now, your therapist says that you never grow up.
Emotionally.
And you feel like you should pay that person for being so obvious. I can tell you right now you're a big baby. Give me $175 for it.
No, you don't. You're not covered on my insurance plan.
How much does she get paid every time she tells you?
Oh, I don't know. I just give her a $10 copay. Don't worry about it. It's all covered by my insurance.
Yeah.
Molestation therapy is now covered in the insurance.
It's not molestation.
Great contract.
It's psychotherapy. It's not molestation therapy. I'm not a molester.
It should be. Move to the next one. All right, we had that 4-pack of WWF tickets to give Billy, but I say no. I say we give it to the Capos.
Whoa.
Get a hat out, put everybody's name in it.
Ronnie, wait a second. Hold on. No. I've already told my sister, my niece, and my nephew about Sunday. No. Listen to me. You said on last night on the air these tickets were mine.
Right.
Okay, and you promised me, you looked me in the eye, man to man, and you said that these tickets weren't going to anybody else. And I've already told my family.
Right.
That we're going Sunday.
Why don't you just stay home with them and feel them up?
All right, Ronnie, in his defense, I have some of the tape from last night's show.
All right.
Here's the tape from last night's show. Out of all the horrible things you've done in your life, that's the one you feel the most guilty about?
Well, that and molesting a girl who was passed out.
Okay, see, that's what was said, and I really don't see where you're supposed to get the tickets.
All right, here's Tom. Tom, you're on the fez.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Every time I was a detective, I used to talk to guys in the box. And as you talk to them, every time they tell a story, they put themselves further and further from what really happened.
Right.
Next thing you know, Billy was outside the car watching it from the window.
I know.
Well, the guilty do that.
We have never changed. I've never heard you tell the same story twice. And then suddenly it became a contest. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't exactly remember. All I know is I was not in the best of moods that evening for some reason. And you could tell in my voice.
She was.
Yeah, no, not that evening, the evening of the September 16th.
The evening of the 16th of the month of the September.
All right, Tom, so you're saying, as a detective, you've seen this a million times. These guys, they just keep changing their story.
And bury themselves deeper. They tell one way and they put themselves on the scene. Nobody they move themselves back.
Here's what kills me. Billy, you felt like you needed to clear the air with the story tonight.
And I did.
All right. Fine.
All you've done is shot at a hole in the ozone layer of the air tonight.
Is the detective still on the line?
Yeah.
What's the statute of limitations on a crime like that?
You can try a cold case, pull it up. We find the body with the duct tape still on it.
All right, thanks,
What's the
Tom.
statute of the weight limitations on this one?
All right, now that's, a low blow. All right, here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you? My name is Stephen McBride. I'm an assistant district attorney in Nassau County. Thank you for taking my call. The reason I'm calling is Mr. Staples, despite what he thinks, has committed, presently under New York law, a Class C felony. This constitutes rape, and it's punishable by a maximum sentence in prison of 3 to 9 years. My suggestion to Mr. Staples is that he contacts a criminal defense lawyer as soon as possible. And I have to tell you, as an officer of the court, I would ask that you retain both the September tape and the tape of tonight's show because it will be subpoenaed as evidence at his trial. He has committed a serious offense, and it's no joking matter. Where did this offense occur? What county?
I don't recall.
You don't recall. Mr. Staples, I strongly advise that you get a criminal defense attorney because you have made this public on more than one occasion, and you are going to have trouble, my friend. What you've done is not only morally reprehensible, but it is criminally punishable. There is no statute of limitations on rape in New York State.
Good thing I'm not guilty.
Sir, you're going to have to take that up with your attorney, but I got to tell you, there are a lot of people hearing this program tonight, and you've committed what appears to be a serious offense. The fact that you molested this young lady by unbuttoning her shirt, which you've admitted to, and then admitting that you've pleasured yourself to her.
No, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. Well, you weren't listening closely enough.
All I can do is I'm not here to try your case. I'm just offering you an expert legal opinion. Mm-hmm. I've been a district attorney in Nassau County for 8 years. I've handled rape cases on more than one occasion, and I can tell you what you've done not only is morally reprehensible, but is criminally wrong, and you may be subject to criminal sanctions and incarceration. Gentlemen, he's doing himself no favor by continuing to go on this line. And
that's either.
Yeah,
my recommendation is that he speak with a criminal defense attorney as soon as possible.
And you're saying 3 to 9 years, Mr. McBride?
That is correct.
Well, that's the longest Billy will have ever held a job.
Perhaps so.
All right, thanks for calling us, Steve.
Thank you very much.
And if it helps at all, I'm giving away his wrestling tickets. All right, take care.
Come on, before I go away, at least let me go to wrestling.
No.
You promised me.
Yes. Yes, I did. You'll be doing the man dance.
Hell in a cell.
Staples ain't going to jail.
Yeah, no, not Staples, Fezzy.
They'll never take Staples alive.
Night, Billy.
Right, Muggsy?
Night, Billy.
I hear Brazil is nice this time of year.
Oh, that'll be the loss for the country, won't it, Billy?
Oh, can you be there in time for Carnival?
How are we going to stand up to the Taliban without you?
He'll be the big kid in Shawshank Redemption crying at night.
You know what I'm most glad of with all the capos here is people can see that none of this is ever planned.
Right.
And this guy just comes in, hoof and mouth disease, and demands to retell this story.
I came in talking about my DUIs.
Oh, you certainly made that better.
You know, those are public record crimes I've committed. I paid my dues to society. I did what I had to do.
Yeah, you're a good man.
Oh, let's tie a yellow ribbon around a passed out girl and welcome you home.
Oh, man. That was the guy who made out with your girlfriend. He said, how many years you going to get for Red Bank?
Way to go, Skid.
How long does it take you to come up with a nickname, Skid Mark?
Oh, man. All right, it's starting to get ugly now.
And we really do need to give away Billy's tickets.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Billy, it's already done.
Do I at least get to enter this drawing again?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, write your name down on this.
All right, go ahead, Billy.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, and
taking a lot of time spelling that. All right, Billy, hand your name to Rory so he can put it in the hat.
Here, I'll put it in the hat for him.
There you go. All right.
Oh, Billy, too, your ride's here.
Get your coat, your ride's here.
They're driving you all the way home tonight. At least you're not leaving behind a lot of bills. Living at your mom's house.
Yeah, it's true. Plus, I have a friend in the courts.
Really? Jesus? Yeah.
All right, this is for a 4-pack of tickets to see the WWE's Tour de Defiance this Sunday, December 8th at the Nassau Coliseum.
Dominic is the winner. Dominic Body.
There you go, pal.
Thanks, guys. You're winning Billy's 4-pack of tickets to the WWF. These are floor seats, WWE, I'm sorry.
Right.
These are floor seats, Fez?
Floor seats for the Tour de Defiance this Sunday. Tickets are still available, Billy, at the Nassau Coliseum box office and through all Ticketmaster outlets.
So first I had to tell my family we're not getting the turducken.
Right.
Now I have to tell them we're not going Sunday.
Well, okay. And then let them know that they're going to be baking cakes for you for the next 3 to 9 years.
All right, but here's the thing. Once you tell them about the molestation story, the tickets and the bird probably won't be that bad for them.
You don't know my family.
They love to eat.
Thank Christ for that. That's the one thing I'm happy. I don't know your family.
Congratulations, Dominic.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, and thanks to all the capos for coming in here tonight.
Thank you guys so much for everything you do.
You guys are the best.
So nice and working so hard. Keep it up.
Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez.